Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Botorius. This is a revisit of 1693, the live stream of Owen Benjamin moaning and complaining about not getting enough support from his followers. The reason why I'm revisiting this is because yesterday on the Chrissy Mayer show, he tried to portray himself as though he does not have, he knows the way to not be depressed, and he made it sound as though he doesn't ever get down. And with him having messages to the youth, I just want to let y'all know that not only is he a liar, he is a manipulator.
Let's see if we're live. I am looking in the chat.
I'm going to stop and I'm going to point this out. I'm not making this in order to revel in his misery. That's not the point of this. This is an important stream because it shows his mentality. It shows that he is a liar and a manipulator, and that whenever things don't go his way, he just wants to destroy everything.
It'll be a very, very mellow day. I am in my house because the power in my barn is off. I'm in the Speakeasy Saloon looking for Goddington. He's probably at the casino, gambling away the few pennies he has in his bank account. Hang on. Be live. Live, says Cod. Okay, so today I don't have much to talk about, honestly. I was feeling a little demoralized. Happens to the best of us, happens to all of us. And me and Amy had a good talk.
That's a truthful statement. Pete, we do get demoralized. Now, he tries to spin things as though he's got the perfect way to live and come to him for all the answers and all that kind of stuff. And that's the point of this right here, is to show that there is a contrast to him acting like everything is put together. And only whenever it benefits him does he have any sense of humility.
Lay off social media a bit, because it is pretty wild how stupid people have gotten. And you know,
he says people are stupid whenever they don't agree with him. And that's one thing that everybody that's ever come in contact with him, whether it's on the internet or in person, they slowly or quickly realize that if you're either for him or you're against him. And if you're against him, then you are everything that he could call you.
I haven't been getting as much mail. And I just had this I don't know. Part of it could be allergies. Part of it could be rapid weight loss. Because when you lose a lot of weight, they say that the issues are in the tissues. And you can get waves of sadness. But I also just think it's getting a pretty dumb. And I was telling Amy, and that's when she was like, you got to stay off Twitter. And I'm like, no problem. That's why in the last couple of days, I haven't really been back on, because I'm now getting Republicans saying this stuff to me. This is on Instagram. Let me just read this. And this is a long time bear, too. He says, the excess spending is growth in their GDP calculator, government expenditure, consumption, exports, imports, investment savings. Every politician wants to lower rates because then they can claim credit. They're just justifying Trump's insane fiscal policies. And I said, it's debt they pay interest on. And it's exactly what Republicans claim they're against when they're running. Cuck to it if it feels good, but my point is obvious. If every politician just wants to lower rates to negative and spend more.
But my point is obvious. That's one of the things he says stuff like that in order for people that are casually listening to be like, okay, well, I mean, confidence, right? He's confident. Confidence is attractive, and so he wouldn't, because he's got 147 IQ. He's smarter than me.
And spend more than politics don't matter at all. It's a bubble. It's going to pop. Ironically, Biden's term, raising the rates, maintain American wealth more. When Trump gets in, and he will pump the bubble, and you'll see insane poverty. And I don't like politics. I think Twitter kind of brought me into that mentality a little too much. That's why I'm staying away from that. But it's just the overall retardation. And just seeing people kind of regress to the mean again, because during COVID, a lot of people were making moves to better their lives.
What he's doing right now is he is reminiscing in the grift of the great Bertarius scam. You can find that archived categorized by the Great Milker Nation, where he took advantage of a worldwide situation where people were scared and easily manipulated. And he was able to get people to give him money, and now that money is drying up. This is what you get.
Then they just kind of went backwards, you know? You guys feeling a little demoralized at all? I have the last couple of days. And I told Amy, I'm like, as much as I like my life more now, and I'm glad that we made all the decisions we did, a lot of these Hollywood people are right about human nature. That if you look at Steven Crowder,
these Hollywood people are right about human nature. And then he talks about Steven Crowder. So is he comparing Steven Crowder to Hollywood?
can come out that he's gay and a horrible person and abuses everybody and is a liar and all this, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter at all. The money still flows in. People still watch him. They still pretend.
So that is what he said, Hollywood people, and then talked about Steven Crowder. And so in his little speech right now, Hollywood equals Steven Crowder.
That it's all good. And, someone like me that just wants more out of people, like just
wants more money out of people.
Use the post office, all that. And people will do it when they're scared or when they feel threatened. That it's all good. And, someone like me that just wants more out of people, like just use the post office, all that. And people will do it.
He wants people to use the post office. He's he's so downtrodden right now that it's hard for him to fathom thoughts, to articulate his wizardry speech in a way that's more hidden than what it is right now. He's literally saying he wants more out of people. He wants more money out of you. He wants you to use the post office. He wants you to send him what he calls analog super chats, which means cash, gold, silver.
But when they're scared or when they feel threatened or when there's rapid change, but then when everything calms down, it's just fucking retarded, The mainstream is poison. Yeah. But it's like when things just start calming down, a lot of people up here move back to California. They're like, yeah, the winters are too hard. I'm like, okay, dude. And I also think I'm a little demoralized, but glad I have this community. Yeah, what's going on with you guys? Are you guys feeling a little demoralized?
He asked that question, but I would almost guarantee you that he doesn't. He might participate, maybe.
I had no mail today again. And I'm like, because for a long time, no matter what was happening for me, I'd always have mail. And it was like I'm in all these like wars and conflicts, and I'm deplatformed.
I'm in all of these wars and conflicts. The person that says do not be a victim, he compares his disagreement and embarrassment with certain people to be wars and conflicts. And don't be mistaken, whenever he says that he was kicked off of deplatformed, he did that to himself. Whenever you're on a platform, you know what the terms of service is, the TOS. And if you don't, and if you're actively trying to make content on that platform, if you're actively trying to use that platform, you find out really quickly if you fall in lines with the TOS. And so that was an intentional decision he made in order for him to have the label, I am the most banned comedian. And yet, he's using that as an example of him being the victim.
And kicked out of this banking app and all that, but I'd always get like real letters from people, and it always like really motivated me to do these.
I was the sacrificial lamb, and it was worth it because I was getting affirmations from y'all. Use the post office. Send me money.
To do these streams, and I just don't get as much mail anymore. And it might be a time to move on, And I'll always stream and I'll always do these, but it just feels like something's changed. I don't know. Maybe it's
Mind you that this is the time whenever he flat out turned his back on his Christian grift because somebody gave him a piece of gold, guys. They bought him with a piece of gold and then left him to rot. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Maybe it's from losing weight and all the stress is being released in my body. Maybe it's allergies, but I just feeling great. Daughter's grad and wedding. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to the festival, says God. Well, that's good, God. It'll be a good time. I'm just not, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have even streamed today. Maybe I should stream less. I'm thinking about only streaming on unauthorized.
He will never do that. He knows that if he only streamed on unauthorized, that would be a death sentence. He has to have a trickle of new bears. He has to. That's why he stayed on Twitter. He has to. That's why he's doing his run right now with the podcasts. He has to have new bears coming in. If he streamed on UATV, on unauthorized TV, purely on unauthorized TV, that would be a death sentence for his content, for his livelihood.
Because for a long time, I was like, yeah, if only 1% super chats or sends letters or something, I can keep it for everybody. But it's been like a week, and I've gotten like 3 letters, and it's like, you know what? I have listeners, and they can pay, and if not, I don't need to fucking put it out. When I feel that too, it's a change happening. Yeah, there's a change. There's just like, it's like a level of retardation that I'm having a hard time with,
And this is a good insight on his character, on his honor. If he doesn't get his way, if you don't agree with him, if you don't do what he tells you to do, what he wants you to do, then you're retarded. You're evil.
Where people are like, but don't you know? Okay, dude. Definitely feeling it. Shitty moods and bad luck lately. I think it's maybe time of the year. You think that's what it is? I also, here's a beautiful tree that's flowering. I think a lot of pollen, though, because everybody in my family has, like, sinus problems right now. I'm just bitching. Appreciate everything you do on. Not really. I mean,
Somebody said, I appreciate everything you do, Owen. And his first response was, not really.
I don't think so. I think it might be time for me to move on. Like, I can usually read the room.
He's literally telling the people that are sitting there listening to him, trying to console him. You don't care enough. You're not giving me enough money. You're not giving me enough of what I need, which is money, gold and silver.
And I'll do streams when I have something really interesting to talk about. But I probably stream too much. It just doesn't matter. The social media algorithm will send you stuff that will get to you. It's kind of that. Are numbers down? I don't know. Apparently not. But I always judge it based on mail. Like people actually sending messages. Because the internet is full of lies. And
he's lying. I guarantee you that if he got 15 letters a day with zero money in it, he would spiral about that. He would call everybody ungrateful. He has. You cheap, ungrateful people. I'm not reading your letter. Radix Vertus, or whatever that person's name is that had a couple of good videos on Owen and then silenced him for some reason. She said so herself. Well, I don't know if it was her. I think it's documented that he talks bad about people who only put in $2 or $3.
The internet is all like lies and bullshit, but it's letters. And Woody, this isn't a call for you guys to send me letters. I literally don't care. It's just a sign. Maybe I should get into something else with my life. But Woody always...
That's another lie. This is a call. Give me more letters. Because you know that that's a lie, and you know that this is his motivation, because he apologizes the next day. And in this apology, he says, I don't feel bad about it because it worked out. I got what I wanted. Now, did he say I got what I wanted? I'm not too sure, but he did say it worked out. And it's because he got what he wanted. He got more letters. I don't think it was the next day. It was a couple of days.
Logs all my letters, and it's always like I have like a big box at the end of each week, and I just don't. It's been a couple weeks. I just don't have that many letters anymore. And at first, I thought it was like some weird, because I have no problem admitting this. Like I don't care. Like I don't pretend to be doing better than I am for like clout. I never understood why people do that. Where people are always doing these like fake, these like false illusions, like they're crushing. And right now, I'm not really crushing. It's like the amount of mail I get has dropped off 90% in the last 2 weeks, which is, I think the one-page policy.
What do y'all think has gone on around this for the mail to drop off? Let's speculate that for a little bit. Probably the way he treated everybody that was around him, everybody that was listening to him. And so for all the new bears that are coming in, for the people that stuck through all of this, I don't know about those people, the ones that are still sticking with him. That's kind of insane. Unless he's paying you, Coddington, dude, you're just as guilty as he is at this point, as far as I'm concerned. But you're getting paid by him. You know, I don't know.
Is deterrent to wranglers, which makes no sense. Why would it be harder to write one page than multiple pages? That's retarded. The last few days I've been struggling with depression, not sure why. So is it like a realm-wide thing? Is that what's happening? Stream time change might be a factor. No, that's why I'm talking about the letters. The letters were always a consistent thing.
Come on, guys. Get on board with what I'm saying. It's the letters. I need more letters. If y'all want me to keep doing what I'm doing, send me more letters with money in them, with gold in them, with silver in them, or I'm just going to stop.
It always anchored me to the fact that no matter what the internet was doing, that there were people that appreciated the stream and wrote in. And it's way down. And it's not because of stream time, because people could just listen anytime they want. Unauthorized is still fine, but it's, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know about everyone else, but I've been getting through a lot of personal family turmoil lately. Death vibe is off. 90%, what the fuck, that's a lot. Oh yeah, I've been getting like almost no mail. Like I'll drive. It's a 20-mile drive to my post office box. I always go every morning. And every now and then it'll be empty. But in the last 2 weeks, there's been 6 days, 7 days where there was nothing in the box. And I just don't even, like today.
It's that immediate gratification. Those are one of the tells in somebody that is claiming to be a leader. If he can't negotiate within himself, he wants that immediate gratification, that endorphin rush of going to the mailbox and seeing those letters. Is it monetarily sound for him to drive that? If it's 20 miles there, then it's 40 miles round trip. That makes 0 sense at all. Unless you absolutely have to, and it doesn't sound like he has to. That's just, he wants that endorphin rush.
It was the first time in literally years that I didn't want to do a stream. And I'm just sharing with you guys where I'm at, because I only do this because I'm passionate about it, because it's a very, very hard job. Like, as much as people want to lie about me and do all this stuff, it's like, it's not an easy gig. It's extremely competitive, very stressful.
I think it would be easier at this point for people to, I don't know how that was going to make any sense, to call out the actual lies. Anyways, this is part 1. This is the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Matorius. As always, till next time.